From the Wade and Carter Studios, we are glad you're all here. It is Monday morning, cooler this morning than it has been. Wade and Carter weather brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Hay Feed and Ranch Services. Time to start treating your yard for grass burrs and other issues. Balon available at AT Deerland. This stuff works. You know, you
right.
Put it
this
down.
Is the new. It's not new. This is, for me, it's been new. The application of is new. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, you make me nervous. It's going to be a great show, by the way. It's going to be epic. Go ahead and give Cody a mic, because he's going to have something stupid to say in a little while. I don't want to miss it.
I already stopped myself once.
There you go. That's when in doubt, stop. Balon is going to be a lifesaver for you folks. I've got doodles. Dawn has doodles. I just coexist with them. And we put this down. I think I got 2 treatments down last year. It calls for like 3. I don't know. Jackie will tell you. But we had no burrs, Cody. The little grass burr that you're used to, the one that gets in your heel every now and then.
The one you can't pick out a dog fur.
They're gone. They're gone. And she's telling me it's not the right season for them, but she's telling me to put this down now prophylactically, preemptively, to eliminate future grief.
Yep.
I like that. 72 degrees in Victoria. It was like almost like a cold front.
Almost.
Morning.
It was cool.
With a high today of only 88 under clear skies.
I dare you to peek the next 2 mornings, because when I looked last night, it looked like we're not even going to be in the 70s for those overnight. Just
let me look. Let me
tease the folks.
Oh my goodness, folks. Low tomorrow, 68. Low Wednesday, 65, and nothing over 73 for the week.
The winter, the autumn of 2025.
We will rebuild. We will rebuild.
Greg Garcia, Patrick Strauss, Ricky King on the podium this morning. Good to see you all.
A lot of men. Who's the first lady?
Bobby Leister. No, he's not the first lady, but he's in. Scott Snow, Mark Kurtz, Scott Tomko, Marvin Mickers, Justin Glass, Sherry Jacobs.
There's Sherry Jacobs. And right after that, Heather Stewart.
Randy Langston.
Randy Langston in drag. There's Rena Shear, Bobby Leister again, Bobby Sparkman, Bobby Leister again.
Mark Cepeda, Matt Boucher. Good morning, Marina.
There. Good morning. Hi, Marina.
Monty Howard.
Saw Marina at church yesterday.
Yep. I did too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan Glass.
She made us both look underdressed.
Funky Trey Molina.
Yeah. Now, before we get into anything, because we're going to have some fun today, we're going to talk about band. We're going to talk about VISD. So you need to be mentally ready and coherent.
Matt Boucher agrees. Only total treatment for sandburrs is a pre-emergent now.
If you are, thank you, Matt Boucher. That's why we're here. Promoting Balon. But you're right. I think it's Balon, actually. It's got some kind of, there's a reason. Love Matt Boucher. Got to get him back in here soon.
He's retired.
We're going to talk about VISD in a minute. It's going to be epic. There's BJ Nelson and Micah Patton. That's school board president and BJ Nelson, who tells the school board president what to do. And they're both here.
Better hope Rick Jones and Mickey Costello don't show up, or
you
could have a quorum.
Completely made me forget what I was going to tell you about that was just as important as it really was. It was important, and I was going to tell you what it was.
I was just trying to get through roll call.
Yeah, that matters. Go back up and let's see if we can figure out what I was going to tell you, because it was like, oh yeah, I need to tell you about this. Oh, Trey Molina. Thank you, Ash, for not being totally incompetent. Trey Molina. They have now voted down. Remember? No. Let's don't do that today. I've got a lot to say. You need to be listening. The desal plant that was such a big issue in Corpus, down. Voted down 13 hours. Probably a lot of bilingual gibberish. But anyway, Corpus Christi, 13 hours of deliberation over this in their city council meeting. Now, here's what I didn't know.
Is that total deliberation, or was this the last meeting?
This last meeting last week was 13 hours.
And didn't they go 8 hours earlier this summer?
I heard people were removed from the room, that there were threats of violence, that there was all types of yelling. At any rate, Corpus apparently, Cody, is on a major, major water crisis. They're saying that by December of 26, like 15 months from now, that Corpus literally, like not like, hey, this is serious, literally won't have enough water to sustain their environmental, their personal home stuff. And 3 arrests, H.R. Mallory says, at the Corpus Christi City Council meeting, but that they're, Cody, not going to have enough money to run and go on with like their chemical plants. So here's what I'm reaching out.
Yoakum was under a boil water notice last week too. There's maybe some issues in
Let
this
me
region.
So in the world of competition, let me bring something home to you. You know that Corpus already pulls a bunch of water out of Lake Texana. That's their water. They also have the lake that's Mathis, or now it's called Lake Corpus Christi because it's theirs. What an opportunity, folks. What an opportunity for our own port down at Calhoun at Point Comfort. Because if the plants start to have troubles due to lack of water in Corpus, you can do more and more shipping through our soon-to-be deepened, Captain David, soon-to-be deepened port right here, which ties right into this Victoria, the VEDC, and how we're all, I like it. I think this is actually, from a corporate competitive standpoint, a great thing for our region.
Apparently, the arrest had nothing to do with the desalination. It was other cuts to the city budget that people were mad about. I'm looking at
Corpus is like
ChrisTV.com.
Dodge City in the 1870s. I mean, it's just Corpus is just out of control. Corpus is a city begging for leadership. And Lilo Arguelles at Magic 95.9. Corpus is a city begging for Wade and Carter.
Begging.
Get us on the air. Get us on the air in Corpus.
Well,
they're begging for
leadership, but I mean, there's a lot of issues in Corpus Christi.
So, well, there's no doubt. There's just it's a little
the C word, corruption.
There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of they get a lot of water from Texana. They own the top whatever feet it is. So speaking of leadership, I want to get into this. I cannot wait for this. If you have any involvement, there's no cult. There's no cult more powerful, no clique more impenetrable than that of band parent.
There might be
nothing. There's nothing closer. You've got
yell leaders at A&M.
Maybe, but okay, true. But what I'm trying to figure out is how we just poke a hole in that dike and let's get something going here. Let me tell you, I went to the football game. I wasn't going to say anything about it. It hit me on Friday night, but then on Saturday, I was blessed and went up to Austin and went to the Texas game. And one thing about the East-West football game was a great football game. Both teams showed up. Both teams played hard. West ended up winning the game.
32-29, right?
And
close game.
And I think
much closer than most people thought.
That's right. The expected winner won. I think that personally, West came into that game a little overconfident. West came into that game a little overrated. And East came into that game hungry and ready for a scrap and maybe a little bit underappreciated.
And wanting to prove something.
Very, very, very well done game. We can talk about officiating another time. I've been told that particular crew will not be invited back to Memorial Stadium. Judge Posey, good morning, sir. Robert Zaveski, hey, buddy, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Sean Brett says, slow down my popcorn.
We only have an hour, Sean.
No, we're going to get right
lots
to
get to this morning.
So let me tell you, I went up to the Texas game, and I can make fun of my alma mater. It's never bothered me. We're bogged down in tradition. I don't like the idea. I've never liked the burnt orange yoke with the tassels. I've just always thought our band uniforms screamed we're gay and we don't care. That's what I've always thought.
With a country flair.
Right. We're country gay. We're Brokeback Mountain with a tuba. But I've never liked it. Never liked it. And I was so flattered. It was drizzly. The forecast called for rain. And the UT band showed up with Texas. Of course, and A&M's got them. Everybody's got them. But they have their own brand of shoe, if you will. They had the Texas Nikes on. They had on the black shorts and the burnt orange polo with the Longhorn on it. And I think it said band underneath, but it was a official gear. They were all wearing the same stuff.
Before the game, they had rain ponchos on. I saw pictures and
they
videos.
Looked amazing. And the kids were having fun. They were rolling through there. Hey, Glenn Dry. They were rolling through there and having a blast. And these are college band people. And they were just boom, 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 boom. And the crowd's going and we're going. And it was awesome.
Best of the best.
Awesome. They're the best of the best. They're the show band of the Southwest. And then I started thinking about how that I'd go to A&M games. And A&M does a totally different vibe. They're much more, as they should be, militaristic. A lot of dun, 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 a lot of John Philip Sousa. They haven't had to learn a new song in 55 football seasons, but they play it better than anybody else. And when they march, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. I love watching the A&M band. It's like inspiring. The Texas game, they made the state of Texas and they had it move down the field.
I like
that. They made the Texas flag. They made it wave.
They spell things out on the
Unbelievable.
field.
And then so both, and you just have an appreciation for the band. Now bring that back to Friday night. I couldn't care less about the band. Simply not, I'm apathetic. I'm ambivalent. Don't care. My deal is, okay, I got to pee. I'll wait till halftime. That's what everybody does. It's mass exodus. You know who's in the stands? The band parents and the grandparents. That's who's there. So I get up and I'm walking around and I start noticing things. So the point being, if I notice the band,
they're either really good or
really bad. So let me tell you about the bands. There is zero dispute, not even a question. East High School Band won the Battle of the Bands on Friday night.
Was there an actual competition, or this is just your observation?
Just my observation, which makes it better than a competition. By the middle of the fourth quarter, the East Band was playing music that not only the West stands were moving to, right? The West Band was moving to the music from they were begging to be cut loose.
Let me ask a question, because I wasn't there. Is part of that because East was the home team, they could play more music than West being the visiting team?
I just don't buy into all that. I tell you what, when you
I'm asking, or is there etiquette at a game when you've got the visiting
there's
band?
No etiquette. There's nothing there but a bunch of band parents. What you do is when it's third down and the other team's trying to do something, you make some racket. You do something. So here's what I'm looking at. I started thinking about it. I don't know any of these people. I know that David Edge heads up the fine arts department. David, if you're not listening, you will hear this at some point today. I promise. I'm telling you that there was a notable difference between the energy level, the excitement, and both effects on the fans. I felt like I've been on both sides of this deal. I'm as objective as you're going to get. My 3 older kids all went to East. We supported East. My 2 younger boys are both involved in the West side of things. Caden's a senior at West.
None of your kids were in bands.
No, you kidding me? So my kids, when I was at East, I kind of endured it. Like I said, I've never been a band guy. But the West stands is like being at a Dallas Cowboys football game. You're just sitting on your thumb. Oh, that was nice. Golf clap, golf clap. And the East people will chant, "We can't hear you. We can't hear you." And I don't blame them. That's a great thing about a rivalry, right?
Yeah. Is that a fan thing or is it a band thing?
No, that's a fan thing. Okay. That's like just their general rude population. Well, yo, we can't hear you. Now, West, at the end of the night, the other night after the game, was yelling, "We can't hear you." Now, Juanita Garcia is a friend of mine. She says, what is the comment? Are you kidding me? That was a little rude.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's rude so far.
I don't know what she's talking about. I haven't been rude yet. I'm saying that at the end of the day, I'll give you this. Both bands are full of kids that are good, great, growing musicians. So they definitely, observably, have different types of leadership, because the kids on the West side, I could not help myself. I chatted with a few as they walked in their schleppy band uniforms. It was 130 degrees in the stands on Friday to start. They're walking out and I go, "You guys ready to have some fun?" And this one big old tuba kid goes, "Please help us." I'm saying that from going forward, you need a new percussion beat at every game. You need something. What you need, and like I said, I don't know the band director, so I'm not disparaging anybody. He, she, they, I don't know, don't care. You need something. This band of warriors, like we talked about that. It's been the band of warriors forever. It's the band of boredom. Apparently
the kid's telling you, please. Go have some fun.
I was told, I didn't know that I was opening a can of worms, which I, of course, hate to do. I was told that there have been kids that have left the band over the philosophy that says, we don't really like football season that much. We like competition band season. Now, I don't know. Like if I tell you
I know I thought that was always the case, because
that's terrible.
I've been told that many times, as I covered lots of high school football, that bands certain directors didn't really care about football games. They just cared about competition.
Well, and if that's the case, then why are you at the football game? What you do is leave your band at home and give me a garage band. Give me a handful of guys that want to be there. Set me up a big old trap set, big old drum set, and get me a couple of guitar players.
All those old guys that play at the Washington Redskins games. Remember,
there you go. Do that. Get me a band. Adam Shear says Brent's done pissed off all the band parents. I ain't afraid of no band parent. What I'm telling you is,
you're talking about your observations from Friday night
that are observable by anybody. 894-4020. You're a band parent. You want to call in? We're beyond able to take your call. Eager to take your call. I keep thinking that if it is a leadership-based issue, then here's what I do know. I did enough research to know. We got a brand new superintendent, so it ain't her fault. We got a brand new principal at West, so it's not her fault. I was told, without asking, so unsolicited, that the former principal, who I also don't know, was known as the Hermit. Never came out of her office, was the comment that I got. Leadership starts at the top. Performance reflects leadership. If you're the band director at West High School and utilizing your baton at a football game bores you, give the opportunity to lead to your assistant director. I'm assuming there's an assistant director.
I'm assuming so.
Give the opportunity to create the party to somebody else.
I've always felt the bands take up way too much time at halftime.
There's no doubt. And when it's an East-West game.
They don't do it in college football. There's 15-minute halftime, it's a 15-minute halftime.
That's right. But and they're ready to go.
What they put on the clock at halftime now? Like 24 minutes? That's ridiculous.
Because you know why? Because for far too long, band has dictated everything that happens at the high schools. Here, you must pass the baton, Trey Molina. Thank you. By the way, Cody, did you know that every dollar raised in the snack bar at a high school game goes to
the football team,
the band?
It was worth it.
And it is not even up for discussion. I was told a long time ago, I'm like, ain't nobody going there to watch the band. They're coming to watch the football game. Otherwise, it would be the band playing the first half, and then there'd be a little scrimmage, and then
30-minute halftime on Friday night. You know how
that's ridiculous.
You know how bad that is?
Time.
Honestly, that's terrible for the athletes. They cool down.
It's terrible for the band. They're up there in those sweatsuits. They got the long pants on. You know why? We bought those uniforms, and by God, you kids are going to wear them. You go to a major Texas game, a nationally televised game with one of the most famous bands on the planet. Hey, you kids, don't forget we're wearing shorts and polos on Saturday. It's going to be hot. Dress comfortably. What an embarrassment.
You think there's pressure? I bet there's pressure on the band directors.
There's no doubt.
Why they have to go.
But when you give them 50 minutes and this or 30 minutes at halftime, and here's the thing, a lot of times from years of covering football games, they get their 20 minutes, 24 minutes, whatever it's been over the time. They're still on the field 2, 3, 4 minutes after the fact. But I've never quite figured out the performances. It's just, I don't know. Just
go back up a little bit. A couple I got to read. And I love the participation. Thank you. By the way, I don't need to be right here. I'm just telling you what I saw. Greg Garcia says the assistant band director at West is the best. That's awesome. Monica Jost adds, East has finally been let loose to cheer and do what they should at football games. Under the previous vice principal, they were not allowed to do what fans do. She stood in front of them like a warden. I believe that. I do. I don't even know her. I believe that. They weren't allowed to enjoy the game or themselves. No opportunity to release after being in school all week.
And they wonder why students don't want to go to games.
No, and why would you want to be in the band? You're encumbered, man. Band's about partying.
Greg Garcia says during the 90s, people came to see the band, not the game if you went to Stroman.
Well, that's, that we can talk about their football program later. Yeah. I don't know what Woody Hayes said about the band.
I don't either.
Timmy McElroy Williams, why would a band director not be held to the same expectations as a head coach? They have a state title, to have a state title is just as prestigious.
I don't think you're saying don't hold them to the same standards.
No, I'm saying hold them to a standard that they're not reaching right now. And I don't think Tammy's taking exception. I think she's saying, well, why wouldn't they be? Why shouldn't they perform? I think you should have those kids up there. Would it offend you?
HR says if you were to offer it up, you would never see football parents in the snack bar at the games or other sports. I beg to differ.
That's not true.
Because
too much money
other sports, the parents are working the snack bar. You kind of work your way up. Freshman parents, sophomores, juniors, seniors, parents finally get to watch the games.
In HR, there's way too much money. Yeah. I said years ago, what you ought to do is go out and so you can stand in line. Bobby Leister, let's take the call. Go ahead, put it up. I'll hold my clock. Bobby, you there? There, are you there now?
Hello?
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, how are you?
Yes, I am great. So, being a football official, I can tell you this. Halftime is a maximum of 28 minutes during the regular season. In the playoffs, it's a maximum of 24. Here's the catch. We do not start that clock until everybody has cleared the field, all the players-wise. Then you start. So halftime can be 35 minutes by the time everybody drags through and, now, the band is supposed to be off the field when it turns 0-0-0. Have we had before where the band hasn't? Yes. You're supposed to make a UIL report. Do I? No, because I don't need a band parent coming up to me and saying, why did you
right.
slap us on the But that's just my 2 pennies and a nickel to this to kind of give you a little more insight
There
about
you go.
Appreciate it.
Hey, we love you calling anytime you want to. So a totally out of touch with reality listener says, better question. What is facilities use agreement between VISD and CYFL? Who cares? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Go listen to Magic. Go listen to, Kicks. I'm trying to figure out, though. I forgot what I was going to tell you a while ago. Oh, here's another call. Let's see what this is. Maybe it's a band parent. Good morning. Welcome to Wade and Carter.
Hi, this is Julie Flushner. I was going to make a comment about the booster clubs and concessions at the stadium.
Okay.
So I have been the person in charge of concessions for East Soccer for the last 2 years. My son graduated last year, so I'm finally out of the gig. I can understand why band is the one that operates concessions during football games. You couldn't get football parents in the concession during those games. I promise you that.
I believe that.
And band has a difficult time getting volunteers as well. You guys have seen those lines. It is a 20-minute venture to stand in line at a football game.
I've got the solution for that. I know the solution for that.
A cash-only line?
Yeah. What you do is this, and I'll show you how quickly you could get other people involved in the booster club. So everything that you order, you have to order via VISD's contracts with different vendors, and that's stupid and dictatorial, but it's okay. We do that anyway. We put up with that. All you have to do is get about 8 or 10 big old galvanized cattle troughs that you can buy right over at Deerland Feed. In fact, I bet I could get Jackie Deerland to loan them to you. And you fill them full of ice and you fill them full of drinks. So here's what you do. You can stand in line with all the kids who don't come to watch the game, but that's great. It's a good environment. They're not going to get in trouble there. So even though they're worthless, at least they're in a decent spot. And you can wait in line and get your nachos with the synthetic cheese, and you can pay $2 for a bottle of water and $3 for a Coke, which is what it costs. Or you can go over to the Victoria West Baseball Booster Club money grab trough and pay $4 for a Coke and $3 for a bottle of water, cash only, drinks only, get it, grab it, and growl. And booster clubs would make a ton of money, and the band would throw a fit. The band would lose their minds if the West Baseball Booster Club had a cash only. You pay a premium, you're going to pay more for it, because I'd be the first guy going, give me $20 worth. I'd back the booster club. I'd take my drinks, and I'd go back to the seat. So the idea that nobody else would do it, let's find out. Let's set up a competitive booth. You have to charge more money and watch how quick.
I've heard football parents don't want to do it, but I've been to baseball games. The baseball parents work those boosters.
Oh yeah, they work it now.
Yeah. They do. And one of the issues that being on a booster club for the last
27 years. I understand. I know it feels like 30 years. I've done it. Yes, ma'am.
It seems that way. One thing that disappoints me greatly with the way that VISD handles their booster clubs, and now it's not just the high schools that have a booster club. Every junior high and elementary school activity are now having booster clubs as well.
I think that's dumb too. I think they just beat you down. They beat you down from the time you're in the 6th grade with the 6th grade spelling bee booster club. Yeah, it's dumb.
Well, what it does is it burns out us parents.
That's right.
That are willing to help and volunteer. So by the time our kids get to high school, we're done. We are tapped out. One of the things that I think VISD is sorely missing an opportunity on is networking our booster clubs so that way we can maximize the power of those that volunteer and are willing to help. There is very, very, very little, if any, coordination between the booster clubs unless the parents themselves are actually networking.
Right.
Every year, all of the booster clubs must have two representatives go to a meeting that VISD hosts. I think it's usually the end of August, beginning of September, where they basically check a box.
Right.
You know, hey, we're having this meeting. These are our guidelines. We're not going to go over these guidelines, but here they are up for your own interpretation. Give us an opportunity to go, okay, here, East, this is the football booster folks. This is the band booster folks. This is cheer booster folks. Let's put you guys in a small group and figure out how you guys can maybe work together, because your seasons run concurrent.
Well, they're all very territorial, and they, like, for example, if somebody ever used the word, let's pool our money. No, they're not, certainly not socialistic. You know, they're all going to be, yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. By the way, thank you for your service to your kids and others. So that I've done it. I was president of a couple of booster clubs, and it's a lot of work.
And Brent, you and I don't know each other. We've never met, but Ash knows this is kind of a generational thing, I guess, in my family. My parents did it. I saw them do it. I'm now doing it as well. I hope my kids participate in their kids' awesome activities one day as well.
You're a good mama. Go get them. Thanks for the call. You be well.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So see, I love that. Here's what I'm telling you folks already. This is a hot button issue. This is a big deal. And I'm not here to beat up on concession stands. I want to get back to the product in the stands. Would it offend you in any way if the band dressed with I have no problem with saying, here's our dress code. You know, your shorts need to touch your knee and you need to wear a collared polo golf shirt or whatever. Would it have disrupted your viewing of the marching competition if they would have been dressed comfortably and having fun?
No.
I don't understand. When I sat down in the stands, my mother was there. I mean, she's 87 years old, but she had an umbrella because the heat was just beating down. I look over, these kids are like in black and gray. You know, they're just that thick because you can only buy them once every 10 years. Polyester, just dehydrating.
I think band uniform materials come a long way since
dehydrating. Under Armour, the band wear of choice. But these kids are just over there, and it's like, and by the way,
what was East wearing?
They were wearing their band uniform, but they were in the shade from the first quarter on. But the whole point is I would let them all dress more comfortably. We need to rethink the traditions of the band. I mean, when I was in college, I'm telling you, there is zero chance that the UT band's not wearing their full gear and their white Stetson hats. There's no chance. That's what they wear. You're the band from the University of Texas. This is what you wear. The crowd was so excited to see those kids having fun. It was unbelievable. And I'll tell you something else that since I'm on a good roll this morning.
Adam Sugar says, respect to the toughness of all these band kids.
100%. The kids are not an issue here.
No.
The kids are amazing. They were so personable. I stood there and greeted them and said, great job, great job, great job, as they came out of the stands on Friday night. And what they did and didn't do was not because of the kids. The performance reflected leadership, and the lack thereof was apparent. The East band clearly dominated the output on Friday night. I was like, how hard is it to pick up a new percussion beat once a week and tell your horn section, hey, if you feel it, man, just chime in. We're not grading the band. I want them to create a party atmosphere.
You just brought up, made me think of something. For the one game a year where East and West play, why not make it more like that? I'm not talking go full drum line, but why not make it more festive and fun? Forget your state competition.
Oh, that's
interpretive
so
dance performance
boring.
on the field at halftime.
Oh, it's boring.
Do something that gets everybody moving. And that's the crux of your rant, is that East band was fun and the West band wasn't.
Absolutely. Cuero band was in khaki shorts and green band polos. There's Heather Stewart.
Junior says we love the wool uniforms in the winter.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt. And there's a time for it, right? Football is viewed as a fall sport, but it ain't fall here. It's still summer. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I think I did hear, and I'm just throwing along what I hear. By the way, band parents, feel free to chime in. I rode all over this state on an unair-conditioned yellow dog bus. The only advantage you got was if you were on varsity, you got your own seat. By the time I was a senior, you got your own row. You could lay out across the row. I slept many an hour with my rump hanging in the aisle. But JV was doubled up in the back. And it was hot. I mean, hot. Now, I've been told, would welcome the dispute or clarification. I've been told that the high school bands, no, we ain't leaving the parking lot unless we're on a charter bus. We ain't going. We ain't riding no yellow dog. Really? I was told that it wasn't until the very last minute, figuratively, that West confirmed that their band was going to the Lockhart game. We don't have the fund. We're saving our funding for the playoffs and for competition season. Really? Huh. Like I said, give me a 5-piece garage band that wants to be there. Hey, we're looking for some exposure. Wait till Billy plays his Stairway to Heaven solo. I'd rather have a band up there that wants to have a good time and a drummer that's just beating the heck out of it. And let's go.
Tommy Williams says there are stand tunes and a field performance, two totally different things. They have to perform their field since their first competitions in 2 weeks.
They've been practicing since July on the parking lot.
That's
what do you need? You're at a football game to support the football team, not practice for your competition in 2 weeks.
what?
In short, we don't care at all. Practice during band practice.
Be honest. Look at how the stands empty at halftime as soon as the band plays. There have to be half the.
Let me ask you this:
at the
like,
games.
so I'm going to put you on the spot here. Just your perception, your thought. Over the, whatever is it, 14, 15 years they've been around, who's had the better football team? Masaminos. I mean, you had to.
They're both, to me, I think they both about had the same amount of success, to be honest.
That was the most diplomatic way you could.
Because I couldn't tell you. East had some times. West has had some times.
I think West has.
I don't know who's been better in
football. I think West has been better in football. Who
I don't know.
Is better? Who's been better in baseball?
East.
Yeah. Who's better in basketball?
Hockey.
Neither. Women's basketball, clearly the girls. Volleyball, West.
Clearly the girls.
Yeah. East basketball girls were dominant over West.
Yeah, West volleyball.
And West volleyball has been dominant. Which band has been better? Which band has won more competitions?
I'm trying to think back.
Because there's as many band kids as all those sports I named combined.
When my daughters were at West, I think West was the better band, competition-wise.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's not like it seems like every year it's like so-and-so got sweepstakes and so-and-so got best of the best. I mean, I don't know. You see, I'll quote Daniel Bird. I'm just saying it. He says, preach. When the band director was approached, he told parents, I don't work for or answer to you. You do now, band director. Don't make it my quest. I'm telling. So look, here's my take on this. I'm gonna show you. Let me just do what I can do here because I can do this. Okay, you ready? You see,
Yep.
see this plays. See this plays. West Band. There's the West Band after a touchdown. Now, let's go to the East Band after a first down.
I feel the
Tell me I'm wrong. Anybody that was there Friday night, tell me I'm wrong.
I couldn't tell you.
You people need an attitudinal adjustment. And like I said, I'm giving you, Mr. West or Ms. West, band director, person with the baton, several options. Kick up your game now on your own, or if you don't answer to or care about football season or the parents involved, pass the baton to the associate director, assistant director, and challenge them to kick it up a notch, or poll your band members and ask them, y'all want to have some more fun? What if I let you wear shorts and we play the rock and roll?
For one game a year, East-West.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Because if all you care about is competition season, don't go. Just don't. We don't need you there. You're not doing anything now to help the football team.
I don't know why they come. I mean, I get it with East-West. They're home. They're not traveling anywhere.
Yeah, they drove to the, but they were all on a Yellow Dog bus. I'm surprised they didn't have a charter.
So, August 3rd, 2023, the Victoria Advocate,
reliable source,
maybe not, says in an article, quote from the West band director, who was new that year, "We want to be fantastic musicians and make some really amazing moments for our audience. I think that's probably more important than a competition."
Well, then don't forget
is that the same band director?
I don't know.
Have?
Well, he started 2 years ago.
Well, he needs to kick up his game a little bit. Tammy Williams says they go to competition for the kids to have notoriety for scholarships and going to college. Edna has sent many band kids to the UT band.
I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting.
I love competition.
Same band director, according to VSD's website.
Okay. There you go.
I'm not doubting that, and I don't. But I think at some point, focus has been lost on Friday night football.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's a football game. That's what it is. And your ticket doesn't even say free band concert at halftime. It's a football game.
But the fact that they don't start the halftime clock until everybody's off the field is garbage. Start it right away. That would put some movement to get people off the field. And
we could have like the Rice mob. Yeah. Everybody could just run to their spot. Imagine the energy if they didn't like 1, 2, 1. What if they just, hey, and they ran out there and then boom. I'll tell you something, man.
I've always felt why. I mean, if I'm the hometown, I want to see my band on the field at halftime. I don't want to see the visiting team's band on my field at halftime.
No, that's fair. But they're all getting ready for competition. You know what?
They can stay home and have a practice right after school and
100%.
And band parents wouldn't have to be picking up their kids in the parking lot.
100%.
1 o'clock in the morning.
They play with
game.
more energy if they were comfortable and allowed to have fun. I'll tell you something else. That Mr. Junkin's been the director at UT forever. And he got up to do the
was San Jose State's band at the game on?
No. There were like 25 San Jose people way up in the right top. Look, Ash, he got up on the little ladder. He's an older fella. He raised his arms up and he goes, whew. When he did that, because there's also about 300 people in that band, you just see whew, all the horns came up. Somebody had to lose some teeth. I mean, it's like, what? And they are ready to play, and they are loud, and they are having fun.
You very quickly learn where that mouthpiece goes.
I'm encouraging West to make some changes in your band performance today, because this is not going to go away. I've had so many people. If I had $1 for every time somebody said, hey, don't quote me, but hey, I'll tell you what happened to my kid, but look, I don't want to be involved. It's a cult. It's always been a cult. It's sacred ground. You can't question the band. You can't. When I was a booster club president at East, I suggested, why don't we do one football game a year. I mean, they make a ton of money. Oh no, that's the band's money. Well, why? Don't just forget it, man. Just stop. Don't ask. Why? I mean, Bobby Kennedy would have gone nuts there. You get the reference?
I do.
Okay. That's all that matters. As long as you get it, then I know that.
Daniel Bird says the kids in the band are hard workers and talented.
There's no doubt. You know, I've made the comment.
There's no knock on the kids here at all.
They outwork the football team. They're out there on a concrete parking lot marching around
in July.
No doubt. There's nobody here questioning the talent of the band members, the commitment of the band members, the commitment of the band parents. They're all being let down by band leadership, which now is on notice.
If you noticed which band was having more fun at the game?
Oh, East was having a lot more fun. And as a result, their crowd was having a lot more fun. But I knew there was a problem when I looked over in the fourth quarter and our band was standing around and the East band was jamming and our student section was dancing with the East band. That ain't right. That's a lack of leadership. There you go. Tammy Keeling says band rant continues. Man, Tammy, I wish you'd find another morning show. It means so much to me. I've never seen such a narcissistic dolt who just insist on injecting themselves into something that they claim they hate. And everybody, you know, I'll get text. Why did you acknowledge her? She's so worthless. I acknowledge her because
it's talk shows. Topic of
makes
the day
me
today.
Feel good. It's the topic of the day.
It's funny. We get criticized. You don't talk enough about local stuff. Could there be anything more local than the West East
Nothing
band
more
show?
local than a clear disparity between the quality of the band product. Everybody, like a Junior, go away. Everybody wants you to go away. Palace Bingo wants you to come out. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Come on and have a good time at Palace Bingo. They don't play boring music. Palace Bingo is your spot. You'll love it there. USA Concrete Coatings. They worked for Junior Samples. Oh, Wade and Carter derangement syndrome. That's what it is. WCDS. I like it.
That's a lot of letters.
Tammy Williams says, I've thoroughly enjoyed this topic and it's on point.
Well, it's absolutely on point. Thank you, Tammy. USA Concrete Coatings 578 home.
Give them a call.
Yeah.
You might want to put down that Rangers logo.
No doubt. They win 2 out of 3. The First State Bank of Louise Astros update.
How are the world famous Cowboys doing after this?
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
The First State Bank of Louise Astros dropped 2 out of 3 to the Rangers.
We're going to get to that, Scott.
We did, Scott. We're there. They won the series, and they needed to win the series. They did a great job. They win one in like 12 or 13 innings. Then because Lance McCullers sucks, and then the Astros just blow off and blow them out Saturday.
And yesterday they lose.
Yeah, and yesterday they lose. So that's First State Bank of Louise, friendliest bank anywhere. Get in and get a free checking account, free savings account. They're awesome. Allen's regular service 578-6300. Let Allen's be your go-to tow-to. They will help you if you're on the side of the road. Went services. They could pull the West Band out of the boring doldrums. Went services could shed some light on the Went Band, on the West Band. They could help them out. Went services for all your electrical needs. Let them help you. Atzenoffer could provide them a new bus to get from here to there. Those little sprinters. Atzenoffer 5 nothing.
Go see him on Navarro.
How about 99 years? Atzenoffer and Atzenoffer.com.
Still in the same family.
Paravita Wellness. Paravita help you get healthy, get in gluten-free, preservative-free, homemade, handmade meals. Get into Paravita Wellness.
Ran into Erica Briggs at JagFest. She says that she's working on some new things for the Vita Cafe and she's going to come in and talk about it.
She makes that place innovative all the time, and that's great. Dollar Floor Store, laminates, hardwoods, tile, carpet, whatever you need. They can do it. White Trash Services.
Stuff's coming back, by the way.
550-1826. Talk to a person. White Trash can help you with all your county-wide, multi-county
trash collection.
Chestic Furniture. Chestic and Love make your house a home. Get in and see why you just always do better at Chestnut.
Chop and
Chestnut's
block
the best place on the planet.
Chop and block today. Get in. Brand new week. Brand new bunch of sales. And don't forget Wacky Wing Wednesday on Wednesdays, just a prelude into the week at Chopping Block. Great stuff.
Pete Strauss with the comment of the morning. It's better than ranting about vouchers. How many months did that go on? I'm just trying to, in an interesting fashion, in a fun-filled, tongue-in-cheek fashion, I'm not calling for anybody's job. I'm not saying so-and-so can't do it. I'm saying that the West Band program needs to go a different direction. They need to find a way to be an integral part of the football night experience for West High School fans and for the team. It is clear that what was going on the east side of the field was working. A couple of years ago, I went to an East scrimmage, and it was against Cuero. And I couldn't help but notice that, of course, the Cuero fans, they travel. They would go watch their bass fishing team. And the Cuero crowd was bigger than the local East High School crowd for this scrimmage. But the Cuero coaches were jumping up and down and running down the sidelines and slapping kids on the hat when they made a good tackle. And I couldn't help but just feel the energy from that side of the field. If you don't think that matters, you just don't get it. And if Friday night football isn't fun for the players, the band, and the fans, you're not going very far in the season. Yeah. That's just the way it is. There you have it. So both bands get equal tax dollars, but I promise you, everybody gets equal at East and West. It's the most boring, woke, mundane garbage in the history of the world.
These Astros, Tammy Keeling, better than ranting about vouchers. And Tammy says she cares about the use of tax dollars without oversight or accountability. When it's something you care about, because you had no problem grabbing 11 cents from taxpayers.
Right. You cared about tax dollars so much, you orchestrated taking them from us and gave us what in return? You told me point blank.
We could have taken 13 cents, but
we could have taken more, and we have to take it now because if we don't, we can't ever do it again. I said, well, are you going to give it back now that FEMA made you whole? You took it because of an insurance claim deficiency. Yeah, we're going to give it back to you with better services. BS. And I told you then, and I'm still right today, you won't pass another bond in this community. That's a fact. And I've supported a couple of them. That ain't here. They're out in the country. God bless them. They did the right thing.
Yeah. Let's shift gears a little bit.
We were so much better when we had rivalry schools, when it was Victoria
High.
We do
now. It's West and East. The kids care. Just you're seeing it. They do.
There's no rivalry.
There's a rivalry.
There's a lot of negativity. You know, East is least, West is best. It's all bull.
That's what makes a rivalry.
Both are mediocre. Both are mediocre.
That would really?
Yeah.
West is ranked. West is ranked. How is that mediocre?
I'm talking about overall schools.
Academically, maybe.
Yeah. All right. West is ranked. Yeah. Monica
I don't know.
BISD declined with consolidation. Let's put it this way. We're probably doing the best we can do given the situation the school board has put us in the past. I like our new school board. I like it. Got no problem with our school board now. Haven't had a problem with it. Have not taken them to task on anything.
Well, why did we consolidate? I think what was the issue there? Because nobody wanted to face the realization and a lot of politics and redistricting back then that I don't want to send my kids with those kids.
Right.
There's a lot of that in this community that forced consolidation.
Right. So now they said, let's take those kids and put them with the country club kids. And now they're all doing dope. Okay. That makes sense.
No rivalry league back in the day. But here's the problem. I mean, there really wasn't. There might have been a rivalry between the two schools. On the field, there was no rivalry.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it was not a rivalry.
No,
it was like
it
Texas
wasn't close.
A&M.
I watched lots of Stroman VHS football games, and as soon as they kicked off, the football game was over.
It was over. Yeah.
Shifting gears.
You got one?
Irina Zarutska. Young lady,
Ukrainian
in Charlotte, left Ukraine because of the war, was given an opportunity at a better life here,
legally.
was working her way through college, left work in August. This is just starting to come to light, and it's pretty obvious as to why.
She got on the carts, the Charlotte area rapid transit system,
to go home at 9:50 at night, so she should have been safe. There were other people on the bus, train, whatever it was. Couldn't tell by looking at the.
In Charlotte, I'm going to bet it was a bus. I mean, a bus.
Probably so. Judging by the pictures I've seen, it was hard to tell. But then this idiot, who again we will never. I don't say the names of these people, but
I don't know his name either.
14 arrests since 2011, so about one a year. Very violent criminal history.
Escalating too. It had escalated from petty things to assault to other things.
Armed robbery, larceny, trespassing, assault on government people, drug charges. Yet this guy was running the streets. And I don't know enough.
14 years.
I don't know enough about Charlotte's DA's office.
Well, clearly he had mental illness. He had issues. He probably had a disenfranchised youth.
Probably. And apparently had called 911 just earlier this year and complained that there was man-made material inside his body controlling him.
That was the COVID vaccine.
But, you know, in many cities, what the cities have done is allowed the homeless and the mentally ill to get onto their transit at night and basically
just ride
and stay out of society's way.
So what happened?
Stood up behind her, took out a knife, slashed her throat and stabbed her. Yep. Black guy killed a white girl. Nothing in the media. If it had been the other way, Charlotte would have been burning right now.
If a white woman had killed a black man,
a white man would have killed a black girl.
It'd be a hate crime. It'd be racism personified. In this case, no big deal.
No big deal.
Didn't even make the news.
And somebody even went so far as to, on Twitter, X, I guess, went so far as to, through a certain time, I'm sure they're talking about this now, but until this weekend, when this sort of started making the rounds, there had been no mention of it in any of the left-leaning national media sources.
His parents said he was schizophrenic. Well, you know what? He should have been locked up. Somewhere around that 14th crime, this guy should have been deemed unworthy to be in polite society. Instead, in the Deep South, in a civilized area, I mean, you're around Duke, UNC, North Carolina State.
Couldn't have been help for him.
They could have studied him.
Well, maybe that's why they kept leaving him, letting him go.
Yeah.
But here's where we become a society. We don't want to lock these people up for the betterment of society who have shown that they're violent, that they have a past, that there's been no signs of wanting to rehabilitate from. 14 arrests in 14 years, armed robbery, larceny, assaulting government officials. They take the government official out of it, assaulting a person.
The only difference between him and George Floyd is a knee to the neck and a drug overdose. He's George Floyd. George Floyd been arrested 1,000 times. But because he was a black guy, we've got to feel bad about that. That's racism in America.
We talked to Marnie Conrad, a mom who lost her son because they kept giving some piece of crap kid chances. Well, he's just a kid. He's good. No, he's not a kid. He's a high school student, didn't know any better or should have known better and didn't care. He cut the ankle monitor off his leg so he could go out.
To kill a guy to impress a girl. Who, by the way, still lives in Nashville.
Yeah, right.
Never been arrested. She writes music about the death of the young man. We live in a messed up world, people. The least we can do is enjoy Friday night football. At least these kids are out of trouble. They're participating. They're working hard. Spice it up a little. Get a drum line going. Get some. Go Google up Prairie View A&M's band and look what fun can be.
Well, just
what if the band usurped the football team? What if they were more important?
Go to a college game when the drum line's just drumming. Everybody's moving in the stands.
Everybody loves it. And I'll tell you what, West has some talented musicians. It's time to set them free. Free the band. Free West Band. Do it this week. I'll be listening. Bye, folks.